So expectations for during the Christmas period for people living with a dementia, Christmas often comes with pressure, it comes with noise, it comes with change, and social expectations. For people who are living with a dementia, that can feel very overwhelming. Understanding what not to expect and what to expect instead can help families and staff within care environments create a calmer, more meaningful festive season. There's elements of what I would kind of class as subconscious challenge, so where people might sit with family members who are living with a dementia that might say, oh, well, do you remember such and such a time, and do you remember that person, and do you remember 3 Christmases ago when we were in such and such a place and we did this? It's for them, that immediate memory might not be accessible for them. So, and even if they seem important to other and members of the family, it's always remembering that for them it can be tricky. So what we try and advocate for is more gentle reminiscence and utilising these good communication parts that I spoke about earlier on, so speaking slowly, speaking about points that people can remember as opposed to triggering points that perhaps they won't remember, and the emotions that can come with that, and looking out for emotional responses. It might just be a piece of music, or it might be a person that comes in, it might be seeing a child that can just trigger an aspect of emotion, and being aware of that, but also giving at all times the person who's living with the dementia the ability to be emotional if they want to. Don't camouflage it, don't hide it, is really important.
So this tip is around kind of recognising that Christmas is a real feast for the senses, and that sometimes for people with dementia, if they can't communicate so well anymore, or they've become slightly withdrawn or quiet, sometimes thinking about all of the senses or different ways we can engage the senses can be a really lovely way to connect with somebody. There's been some recent research about smells and scent, and a very strong kind of neural pathway in the brain that links our sense of smell to our memories. So when we smell something, it can often take us to a very vivid memory of the past. So thinking about what the smells are around at Christmas, and just taking a little moment to smell the pine tree or smell the mulled wine, or, that kind of thing. And then all the other senses are kind of, there's so much there. There's the lights and the decorations and watching movies, listening to carols, chatter, laughter in terms of sound, thinking about all the lovely tastes, the mince pies and the roast potatoes. And touch, wearing a lovely fluffy scarf, or perhaps, a velvet or a silk dress that you wear, especially at Christmas. So just taking a little moment with people with dementia, maybe to explore scent or touch in a way that you wouldn't maybe think of.
Family traditions that the person will remember, like visiting a particular place, listening to specific carols or Christmas music or Christmas movies, or even hanging up meaningful baubles or decorations, can be very meaningful for the person, so do be sure to include the person in those activities. There's a very good chance they'll remember them, and this memory will spark joy. Christmas activities such as gift giving can spark memories and give a chance for close connection. Even though the person with dementia might not recognise you in the moment, giving them a familiar gift, such as a favourite bar of chocolate, can spur memories of familiar times, events or people. Little moments like this can really spark connection during Christmas, even in people with advanced dementia. For tips about how to manage the big day itself, it can be helpful to create a quiet space where the person can retreat to if things start to get too much. Encouraging family to engage with a person on a one-on-one basis rather than as part of a large group can also be helpful. Maybe taking the person for a short walk or a drive around some familiar locations can also spur memories and spur connection. By taking some of these tips on board, you can help the person with dementia in your life to have a happy Christmas.
So at Christmas, we love twinkling fairy lights. You see that everywhere in almost every family. But for a person with dementia, flashing lights can be visually disorienting. They can even look like warning signals or emergency alarms, triggering anxiety. Instead, you could use static, warm white lights and try to keep the lighting consistent. Avoid dark corners where shadows can look like scary obstacles. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas time with your family and with your static fairy lights on this year. Thank you.